Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mouse of Gaming. We're back with our second reaction video of the day. And of course, for no reason, there we go. It's decided to move some stuff around on us since the last one. Let's just slide that up and maybe make me a little bit smaller. There we go. Something like that. How does that look? All right. So, for those who don't know, Owlcat Gaming, who makes the Pathfinder games, which are ambitious, not always the best from a bug squashing standpoint. So, but other than that, very good, very enjoyable games. They're willing to take chances and try new things, even within the strictures of a system such as Pathfinder. Well, they've been teasing for a little while that they've been working on a sci-fi game. And as it turns out, that sci-fi game is Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. For those of you who watched the channel for a while, you know I am an unabashed fan of the grim, dark future of Warhammer 40K, and I have never understood why the Rogue Trader aspect of the game is so underutilized. I just think it's criminally underutilized. It's such a good way to explore, and there's, for all of the fact that there's very well defined factions and groups within the Warhammer 40K universe, there's a huge amount of room for the new, for the unexplored, for the stuff we haven't seen before. For, not everything in there has to have 6 codexes out on it, right? There's areas of space that have been blocked by warp storms, which could have other human civilizations. There's other aliens that could be there. There's factions within those aliens that maybe aren't understood. Again, warp storms could cut all sorts of people off, on top of your standard demons, your standard Xenos, your standard heretics, your religions, your old worlds, your splinter, stormtrooper, not stormtrooper, space marine type of, like, there's so space hulks, like, there's so much good stuff out there. I don't know why it's not used. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what the initial trailer shows us. Owlcat's kind of vision for a Rogue Trader CRPG, because my understanding is it will be a CRPG. Let's hope. Whoops. Owlcat has the little bionic eye now. Very Warhammer.
For millennia, our esteemed dynasty has served the Imperium of Man.
I'm not really a huge fan of the animation style, if I'm honest. It reminds me of really crappy cartoons from, back before it was like a mark of pride to see how shitty you could draw a cartoon, but cartoons were still cheap and badly done. It reminds me a little bit of like the BattleTech cartoon show TV, which was just garbage. I don't know. It's not my favorite style.
Bringing forth worlds from the darkness of the void and into the light of holy terror. Yet I am but an instrument of his will, a sword in his hand. In his great wisdom, the Emperor bestowed a sacred mission upon his followers most true. To explore the frontiers uncharted.
I like the game, though.
To claim relics.
The game looks very rich. Like, let's back up here. I mean, the colors are super rich. I love the dark reds and the golds. Like, this is a color palette that screams the Imperium of Man to me. I think it looks really good. I like the way the shading is done. This looks great.
The frontiers uncharted. To claim relics unthinkable. To thwart threats unnumbered.
I mean, you can really kind of see how they've gone from the Pathfinder to this. Like, I think this isn't maybe the greatest image so far that we've seen, but I think you can see the evolution of the graphics and the way things have gone throughout their games to get you this. And like I said, well, this isn't my favorite one. These look almost more like aquarium plants, than anything else. You can see that.
I dread. will leave this mission to you, my heir.
Okay,
What
so that's
will your fate be?
us in theory.
One of service?
Oh yeah. Let's get back to that guy. So clearly we've got what are they called? The dark elf versions, right? Isn't that them with the I had this model at one point, not because I played the faction, but just because the model was amazing. So we've got them in there. And yeah, we see the dark I'm gonna say Dark Eldar, but is that right? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, and we've got Chaos.
Of heresy.
Is that the Defiler? Is that which one that one is? Again, I just not a huge fan.
One can only hope it will be better.
Oh, okay. So our third kind of faction that we've seen here, we've got the Necrons. So we've got the Necrons, we've got the Dark Eldar, and we've got Chaos. So far, already within this preview. All right, classic CRPG in the Warhammer 40K. That is definitely true. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Now, I haven't gone super deep into it. I have seen a little bit. So my understanding that this is kind of your party initially, more or less. So, Sister of Battle, obviously. We've got a Space Wolf there. Now, my understanding is they're not trying to stick strictly to the game. There's going to be some exposition, right? They're gonna spread out. They're gonna pull some other things in. I don't know that you would have a Space Wolf. I guess it's possible. Anything's possible with Rogue Traders. It's a very open-ended kind of deal within the Warhammer 40K, where essentially an individual has a license to go trade, to go beyond the Imperium of Man, and is one of the very few people that's allowed to even talk to a Xenos without just getting killed, right? So, that's kind of the buffer zone, right? Those are the people allowed to go out and explore and be diplomats, but also to scout for the military and everything else. And generally this isn't the type of characters you would see with them, but, it's never impossible, I suppose. We've got some sort of psyker up here. Yeah, I mean, these could be kind of any bit, right? This would be more of an inquisitorial war band, I would say, than a rogue trader, but the differences in composition are pretty slim. Like realistically, you're looking at similar capabilities, just with people that are going outside versus people that are going inside. And I guess the role would be different, right? The Inquisitor is going to, not all Inquisitors, really. I guess there's a fair amount of overlap actually between the the Inquisition, and the Rogue Traders, but this seems to me to be more balanced towards what you would see with an Inquisitorial warband than what you'd see with a Rogue Trader. But again, there's a lot of overlap, and it's far be it for me to say one is allowed and the other isn't. I'm just excited to get an actual role-playing game within the Warhammer 40K universe. And realistically, Inquisition and Rogue Trader are probably your two best options for that. Although you could do a cool crime one if you wanted. That might be fun. In fact, they've been doing Warhammer 40K kind of crime novels through the Black Library recently. So that might be another good kind of, as long as you don't want to, if you're going to stay on, say, one world, you could do something like that. But this gives you the chance to travel and see stuff. And like I said, we saw at least 3 kind of bad factions out there. And so, yeah, it looks. I'm excited. Um, we will play it. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull up. I assume uh, pre-orders there. Let's click that. Uh, so rather than do a um, whatever that website is called to do pre-orders and stuff like that, they've essentially done that here. And so you can get the base game, and you can get these different packs. So these would be like, your different levels of backing them within one of those other kind of pre-order sites, beta sites type of things. They're just doing it through themselves. And so you can buy the core, you can get the additional stuff. So I will probably go with something probably along the line of the digital developers digital pack, probably would be my guess. Um, let's see what comes in it at the price. So $40 gets you the game, beta access, and a Discord role for whatever that's worth. Um, and that's not terrible. And then they can use Discord. Discord role. Okay, so it just shows that if you're on the Discord, you get your own picture essentially. Um, who cares, realistically? But if they're going to go deep into Discord, that makes it easy to kind of combine. If you're doing the testing to maybe to give your feedback a little bit easier through Discord, that might work well. And for them to give out information or to say, hey, we've run into this problem, everybody tried this type of stuff. That's not a bad way to do your communication. I have a Discord. I don't ever advertise it, but it does exist. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't hate it. It's it's a forum that you don't have to type on as much. I think it's a step back from traditional forums in a lot of instances, but with the option of voice chat and video streaming and stuff like that. So it's a shitty forum with some additional advanced features tacked onto it, I guess is the way I think of it. So good and bad, I guess. Premium digital pack. What does that get us? So the same thing we got before. We still got our beta access. Now we're getting 3 in-game items, a void ship model, right? Because we are going to be flying around in space, right? I mean, we are Rogue Trader. We have our own ship, and name in the credits. Okay, again, I could care less about that. It's nice, but whatever. So I doubt these are going to be super special, judging by what they've given us in the past. As far as pre-order items and stuff, they'll be decent. They'll be better than the starting gear, but they're not going to be like long term. This isn't a pay to win. This is just kind of gives you a little quicker beginning. And now my phone is ringing. It's a really hard video to record today. All right, I think I'm back. Man, it is a difficult video to record today. I just got a phone call from a friend. Talked for a long time. I'm not really sure. I remember where we were. I think we were going through what we would get if we ordered the packages. So I think I was saying that I think these things will be decent start, but not something that's going to carry you deep into the game or anything. And then this, I'm sure, is just looks, right? How does your cool new ship look? So you can go with that rather than whatever the standard void ship model is, and their name in the credits. So that's looks to be that. So let's take a look at the ultimate digital pack, and we jump into here, and we've got everything obviously that we got in the past too. Digital OST, so original soundtrack. Generally, I don't think that's worth it. I haven't found a lot of game soundtracks that are something that I would normally listen to on my own. One of the rare ones would be the one for Shipbreakers. I do really hard space Shipbreakers. I do really like the soundtrack for that. And I think it's the first. What is it called? Rebel Space or something like that. I didn't like the game, but the soundtrack was amazing. They did a sequel to it that was a little bit different, but anyway, great soundtracks for those. A digital art book. I do generally really like the digital art books, though. I especially like the one for Mech Warrior. They give you the rule book. I like the digital art book, so I'm all for that. And a vertical poster. Okay, fine, I guess. Don't really care. And a Shrine of Remembrance. Does it tell us what that is? An in-game. Oh, okay. So your name is going to be in the Shrine of Remembrance on the ship somewhere. Like the Heroes of the Past type of thing. Okay, sure. Really, for me, the only thing important in this group here is the digital art book. We jump up to the digital developers digital pack, and this is really why I would go for that, and that's alpha. I don't really care about this. I don't really care about this. However, I would like the alpha and the beta access, and this is the level you have to get alpha. Everything previous to this has beta. Earliest alpha game version, opportunity to shape the final game. Yeah, that's fine. And then obviously it'll be a collector's edition. I might subscribe to that and wait and see what comes up. We'll wait to type in all my email and stuff on that later. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to need the collector's edition. I think really the alpha is what I'm looking for. All the rest of it, I'm not as big on. And I've just realized that the mic is sitting here on the desk and not on me, but hopefully it was close enough that you picked me up without too much work. Because, man, I've tried this video so many times today. Yeah, you take on the role of a rogue trader. I think this is all pretty well agro worlds to steel-clad forge worlds, chaos cults, alien xenos. Okay, imagine fighting alongside a mighty powered armored space marine, a lethal Aldari ranger, or even a courageous sister battle armed with a bolter and ardent prayer. These characters and many others will join you, become a rogue trader. So, party-based, turn-based is my understanding. CRPG set in Warhammer 40k. I'm excited. I'll continue to bring you coverage on this as we get it. Let me know if you guys are interested in this one, what you think about it. If you like the idea of a CRPG in the Warhammer 40k, you know, Warhammer doesn't always put their name. They'll put their name on anything. Realistically, they're the I just spaced on his name now too. Darn it. I've just forgotten his name. I've actually been to his grave. He bought a tomb in New Orleans in one of the fancy cemeteries where it's a pyramid. Anyway, I was going to say they're similar to him. They'll take a paycheck, any paycheck. They don't care if it's great art or if it's terrible. If there's a paycheck involved, they'll put their name on the game, which sometimes hurts them. Doesn't mean that everything that comes out that says Warhammer 40k on it or Warhammer Fantasy on it is bad, but it means you pay your money, you take your chances. So I'm not sure I would recommend anybody else dive in for early access on this. I would probably wait. But let me know if you are interested in this. If this is a game that you're going to follow, or if this is you could care less, right? Anyway, I guess that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you do want to hear more about this game as it becomes available. We will, depending on what the options are, because there may be an NDA for playing an alpha and stuff like that. I may not be able to put out too much information. But depending on that, we will have more coverage coming on Rogue Trader because I'm very excited about it. And I think Owlcat, you see the progress as their games get better, get more polished, get slightly better quality control. And there's never been a question about kind of the ambition or the idea behind the game. It's just whether the quality control could live up to the rest of that ambition, right? But I'm excited. So we'll see how it comes. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Now I got to figure out how to do that. I'm trying to do this all in OBS so I can be lazy later. There we go. End screen. Cheers, guys.